I know you do well, Rastel.
Hello everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. So I'll probably stream only for a bit, and then I might play some new MMOs that I haven't touched yet.
Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Shoot. You gotta get the other stuff first.
Let's see. So we're gonna burn some energy. Let's see what we can run. Farm Thunderstones, XP, skill cards. Thunder Gargoyle. I did this earlier today. They're limited. You can only do 3 a day. Or a week rather. Yeah, we'll run logos.
Man, pizza sounds so good too.
You always need these drops for endgame stuff. You can get them from a great deal of events though, so it helps.
Ah, maybe that's a great tree. Oh dear, there's nothing you need to concern yourself with. Every person's smiling face is a testament to Eternia's prosperity. No issue is too trivial for my involvement. Now please tell me what's happening.
Let's see if we can manage to do this without crashing.
My lady, please forgive us. We're currently experiencing issues with one of the mechanisms in the monastery. As you know...
So I tried to get a PS5, but they're like non-existent. They're impossible to get in-store. You pretty much have to order them online for either pickup or to be sent to you.
The gate itself is quite old.
I mean, unless you want to pay like $1,500 on Amazon when retail prices are around 500.
Several hundred years ago. So we need to research how exactly to repair it. That's a problem. With your consent, I can personally contact Fallout Tower on your behalf. They can send someone in a matter of days to repair the gate. That would be splendid. Thank you so much for looking after us. Way to go, wandering maiden. Kids these days have no manners at all. Afterward, Donna wrote a letter requesting repairs and arranged for it to be sent to Bot Tower. What kind of quests are these? Just stop the people? Oh, no spirit. I'm free. You seem to be in trouble. What are you doing here? Why, hello. Twould seem I am visible to thee. How delightful. Might thou be? Ah, yes. Forgive me. Twould seem I allowed my excitement to overcome my senses. As for thine inquiry, let us merely agree that a mysterious event transpired. My name is Cloud, Spirit of the Raindrop. I make my home in the river due west of here, yet for some reason, I was inexplicably drawn to this location. What power beckoned me? It would seem the other spirits did not succumb to it as I did. Maybe you were drawn to the capital. I can't imagine.
That's the second one.
All's well that ends well. For I finally met someone who can see me. I'm really happy about it.
So normally, unless you can take a hit, you want to aggro pull one to the wall. Hopefully not aggroing the second one.
Long ago, spirits left their power to the other to sustain peace in the world.
That way you can
I believe this ideal is something worth striving for, yes?
have an easy time killing it.
Naturally, I do not desire to rush into a serious commitment, but I'm looking for anyone who might wish to be my friend. Even among spirits.
May use a mount or a vanguard to save you, Dura.
Okay then, I'll be your friend. My name is Donna. Thank you. Thou art a kind person, Donna. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude.
Pretty good dungeon for Ryu, although horse mags are usually farming horse mags are usually better Ryu or Mephi.
My body, thank you. Anything for you.
They just cost less energy.
Hey, what up, King? Oh, could that be? Do I sense my brother? I apologize, I'm just hiding now. Earl, Donna told me again.
So apparently next week we're gonna have a huge update for this game. to commemorate the 8-year anniversary of onigiri. We also had a merger with JP recently, so we have a lot more players. We pretty much update every 2 weeks. There'll usually be a new special warding, an event, one which you can usually get like end-game materials to build weapons and armor, skins for your weapons. What else? Sometimes you'll have partners and recipes to craft some event weapons. What else? Sometimes they'll also have like furnishings for your room, accessories that you can equip for additional stats. So I'll just farm these dungeons for a little bit, and then I'll find something more entertaining to do. I just gotta grind a whole bunch of materials from these dungeons in order to make this really good weapon. So I gotta farm these lovely old school dungeons for like 1,000,000 materials. I still can't get over that some players can do this in like a single day, or let's say a week, because you have to like, I'd say around 600 runs per dungeon. You need 3 dungeons. That's not counting one of the weekly bosses from the wardings, and Purple Methy, which is one of the end game bosses in the game. You know, a lot of drops from those. I mean, I guess if you're willing to like grind for 12 hours or more a day, the same exact dungeon is viable. I can see how it's doable. Personally, I think that's like watching paint dry, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Being OP doesn't come easy, right? Sometimes not even by tossing a whole bunch of money at a game. So the reason I farm using a mount is because it's faster, plus it also saves you Dura. Mounts are pretty broken, they have less restrictions as far as damage go. Because yes, your weapons in this game have durability, you have to repair them. If you wait too long to repair them, you have a higher chance of getting a bad repair. And upon a bad repair, you have a chance at your durability going down, your max durability, and a small chance at breaking your weapon now. By breaking, I mean losing it forever, in which case you would have to craft it again. But if you use a repair fairy, hopefully that it would prevent a bad repair, and that would not happen.
I gotta restart this. I think so much juice in here. So I'm figuring out the hacks. Is that options? Yeah, I think that's the options, but...
Oh, I forgot to pop a drop boost.
Okay.
So if you put your drop boost in your hotbar, you can pop it even inside a dungeon. So that's handy.
Yeah, hey, talk to your homies, man. Come on.
Oh, a Jolly Roger, let's go.
Okay.
I'm almost done with those. That's the super rare drop. You need like 50 of those. And then the worn map, you need like 200 of those. That's the rare drop. Technically, if you farm this boss go regular method, you can dissolve the mags that he drops, and you have a chance of getting the island boss drops that you need for this particular weapon. But it is still faster to do it this way, just to run these dungeons. So here we go. So for the Shadow Stabber weapon, you gotta run Oni Matatabi and kill a crab boss. You have to run Basho and Anra Island and get the boss drops from those dungeons. You need 50 of each super rare drop.
Bro, like,
and 200 of the rare drop.
The whole, like, lag and all that, you know, like the pixel jump. Gotta get back on my...
Damn it, I took the wrong portal.
But I want to try the water. Wait.
If you can hear my friend in the background, he's streaming a different game, a solo game. And it looks pretty good. I might try it.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, Turtle.
Okay.
Dude, poison lasts forever. What the heck? How am I supposed to heal poison? This... Okay. Wait, I can warp here? What?
I should have put up a body party. So if it's an actual drop, if you put up a party, the more bodies that are in your party increases the difficulty of the dungeon, like the monsters level, sometimes the amount of monsters in the dungeon, and essentially also the XP free, which is the currency in the game, and the drops, the other drops.
Did you have a good Thanksgiving, Turtle?
So it's pretty handy to have a body party for regular dungeons. However, it doesn't work in wardings usually, and it doesn't work in the open world. Now, drops inside dungeons do not despawn. But if you're in the open world, they only stay on the ground for like, I want to say 2 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. You know, to alleviate server lag, which is actually smart.
I mean, one day out the year.
As you can see, there's a lot of drops.
I missed it.
Which you actually need, I mean.
You gotta...
Even the common drops, you probably need like a shit ton depending on where you're crafting. So... I just know that if I toss something, the moment I do, I'm gonna need it for something, and then I have to refarm, I don't know, 200 plus mats for like an enhancement or something. So
yeah, what did you get though? I know you
And if it's something that's difficult to get, let's say an annoying monster or a boss drop, I suggest keeping it. Because that would save you farming time if you ever have to, like, if you're needed for something. It's like future farming. It'll let you get ahead of the game.
Wait. Wasn't supposed to destroy that one.
Who's left? Come here, man. Get out of here.
60 boneless chicken pieces. Sounds fire.
Oh, is that a mag? Nice. Normally island mags are not great, but you can dissolve them for materials that you'll actually need, so always a good pickup. Mags are basically short for Magatama. They're the armor in the game, basically. And they have this energy called chakra. Chakra is basically how much a Magatama weighs. It's like carry weight. You can only equip a set amount of chakra in your character. Basically how heavy an armor is to equip, and there's a limit to that. So.
But I can't see it on the map if I'm in the room. That's kind of stupid. Open.
Damn, no, Jolly Roger.
It's like the previous version.
I'm almost done with those, I think. Probably like 5 or 10 more of those.
Oh.
I still need the less rare drops. Because you need like 200. Yeah, let me look at my recipe real quick. So this is for the Frozen Shadow Silencer. Okay, so I'm almost done with that particular dungeon. Or halfway. Yes, I've been slacking, but I'll get it done eventually. Just gotta know, like, if I run this dungeon for like hours on end for 3 days, I get it done in a couple days. But you definitely want a big drop boost on. Definitely. I don't remember what the drop rate is, but it's not great otherwise. But you can do it on your login boost. If you don't have drop boost like that, you could, whenever the day resets, you get a login boost that will give you a bit of a boon towards your XP and drop rate. If you're using mounts and vanguards and you can kill them that way. I'm sure there's also equipment that enhances drops, like maybe accessories.
Oh yeah, this one now.
And there's also accessories for Ryu and XP, although those are harder to come by, but it does exist. Okay, back in we go.
Man, I want some chicken wings now. But I have I got some leftovers from Thanksgiving, so I probably should get chicken wings.
Oh, I know. I can show you guys what is available currently in the lineup for PS4. right after this dungeon.
Oh, what a waste of a potion. It's 2 a.m.? Oh, East Coast, baby.
It's also 2 events going on. A Christmas one and another event. Same day you get materials, maybe a couple weapon skins, you know, statics.
Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Nothing too great, but the next event will be really, really good. Since we're finally getting a gala back, so we might get a whole bunch of partners, weapons and armor, skins, the works. I think it's gonna be a really big event from what they announced in their webpage for JP. The North American official website is not quite as updated just yet, so yeah, if you look at JP, you can predict what we're gonna get. For instance, I saw a JP player on PC using collapsing Sublime for Spear. That is such a game changer for Spear, because we don't really have like really broken dark elemental skills for Spear. We have like regular collapsing and it's really, really slow. It's like single hit. I think at rank 7 you get 2 hits and it's really slow, so it hits hard, but you know, personally I think where Spear excels at is big moves like Tidal Wave, Water Dragon Sublime, moves that are multi-hit, they're AoE, plus their flash shield look pretty cool. The new Sublime that we got for Thunder is really good. I wish I could get it. Hopefully it comes back. But yeah, with the new update, they're gonna put a whole bunch of new Sublimes in the lineup, but they're gonna remove most of the old Sublimes that are currently in the Black Cat that you can buy for Eurosuit, for scraps essentially. So if anyone wants a particular Ogi Sublime from the cat, I suggest get it now, because who knows, it might be gone. It might not come back for a while. You never know. I might get like extra copies for like, let's say, Tidal Wave or I don't know. There's some good Sublimes out there. The newer ones, of course, are really good. This is one recently that gives you a buff, something like 20% attack for 30 seconds. That's pretty good.
I don't understand. How did I even get up there? Oh, there's a chest up there. Oh, it's like a whole top floor.
So I'm normally staff main, or I try to be, but I play with the element. The elements that I feel like a classic cell set, that's the I build around it. So I pretty much play around with all the weapon classes, depending on what I like for the type of weapon. Like for Spear, I only like Water and Mountain. They're not like skills that hit terribly hard to really late end game, but they're just really cool. What's that one move? The mountain skill that we have, it does like 15 ticks at rank 7, so in my opinion that's pretty poggers, even if it's on like a mil or 2 a hit. Water Dragon was not excellent, but it looks pretty cool. Ice Dragon, all the weapon classes, they got an ice skill. They got a new ice skill. Some of them aren't great, but the Spirit one's really good. You can usually break damage cap if you're strong. And it hits for like, how many hits is it? Like 5 times? Maybe 7 times? It does have a narrow hitbox, but it pierces, it penetrates, so that's good.
I can't even get over there yet.
You know, we'll mix it up. I don't exactly have much inventory space, but let's run down road real quick. Honestly, it's better to focus on one item at a time. But I know it can be boring farming, you know, the same dungeon like 500 times. But you can always like listen to Spotify. It'll help.
What is this guy?
Maybe watch a show or talk with your pals or something. Help the time pass by. Or follow your friend on Twitch. That works too. You can watch their stream. Sometimes it can be very educational. There's a friend of mine that does how-to videos for this game. So if anyone's like interested in playing this game, you can learn a lot from watching his videos. We also have a good wiki. At least if it's old content, it will be in the wiki. Normally it's updated by players, so it would help if more players would update it accurately, hopefully. I might do it at some point in time. It just takes a lot of editing to to be a streamer, unless you just want to live stream all the time, which in this game can be difficult because of lag, and you know, you might get wrecked. Everything in this game hits you like a truck.
If I die, I can't die here. I have to just fall over. Oh no, we won't.
Is that a lucky box? Let's go. So when you get a kill on a monster, you have a chance to get a lucky box, which is basically a chest. It can give you crafting materials, skill cards to put in your weapon. What else? You can get soul eggs. Those are important. Depending on how you set the vendor's bargains, because you can change his rotation. Depending on how you set him up, he can sell you soul eggs, and soul eggs are really good. You can build them up. Basically, they let you revive in a dungeon. Now, in a dungeon, if you die and you get up on your own, normally it reduces your ranking. Even using a soul egg can reduce your ranking, I think, but only down to S rank at the most. And ranking is not just for bragging rights, it actually affects your drop rate as well. So normally you want to get good marks when you're running something. A model ship. It also drops a striped bandana. That's a super rare drop that we're after. Yes, I'm just glad these dungeons don't require energy to run, especially when you need like 50 super rare drops from each. They're not cheap either if you were to buy them from other players, but it's also a good farm. Since it's such a short, it's a really good farm. You could technically farm it just to sell stuff so you can get the rare currency in the game, and you can use it as a source of income so you can get what you actually want out of the game. Like, let's say rolling the Nyan Koropon, You can get more scrolls for buying, which is a really good mount. You can pretty much carry you through the main story, most if not all of the way. What else? Pretty much a great deal of the game. You can toss OC at it. You can get good weapons and armor from other players if you have the rare currency. Also, watch out for scammers in this game. A lot of players will try and overprice stuff or try to steal from you in this game. So that's something to watch out for. That aside, you might also run across a lot of players that are helpful and willing to teach you, hopefully. And the vendor also sells you some pretty good beginner weapons. When you rank him up, you can get the next tier for those weapons. Okay, we missed someone somewhere. Where is he? There he is. Come here, you little midget.
Sunset Bud? No, I'm definitely not farming your character. Man, if I have to keep restarting this garbage, I'd be so dead.
Back in the day, you didn't want to level up Miroku, the vendor, very fast. You wanted to give him a certain ranks and certain bargain rotations because depending on his rank, he would sell you certain pieces of armor that would save you a great deal of farming. Like let's say really difficult drops to get for like end game content, like to craft end game armor, or even for like quest progression. Like depending on his rotation, he could drop you, what's that item called? Dark oil, I think that's what it's called, or purified oil. Normally you have to farm a really low level dungeon with like abysmal drop rate.
Did you go to sleep yet, King?
Welcome everyone, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you're enjoying your evening.
Bro, it's still blurry. Okay, there we go.
Nice, we got both drops. Let's go. See, it does work. I've been trying out. So supposedly, when you use Keiji's mount form, her last skill, Hiroki, it's a drop boost. Sort of like King Toki's one Ogi skill. Supposedly, but I've been trying it out. It seems to work. In my opinion, it works.
Oh shoot! What the heck is this? It's a ghost.
I also saw my friend double drop using Venus. I wouldn't spread the word because if it still works, they might, you know, patch it. We gotta exploit what we can. You know, drop rates are like abysmal in this game for what you actually need.
What? Right here. I need some healing.
Unfortunately, the island bosses are kind of strong against Aqua Needle, so otherwise I'd be trying her out.
Yeah, the puzzles are pretty cool. Yeah, what? Wait, that one's been dropped. Oh, I see.
I'm watching my friend play Wise. It's like a solo, old school looking RPG. It actually looks really good though, and the gameplay looks fun. It looks similar to what would I compare it to? Like the SAO games, the multiplayer ones, or the Tales games. I know there's a new Tales game. I'm psyched to play that one. It looks pretty good too. What else?
No, I don't wanna. I guess
And I have to finish playing this solo RPG called.
then we go left.
It's an oldie called Rogue Galaxy. That's a really good RPG. Must be on the radar. I never heard from it back in the day. But it's actually really good too. I used to watch my friend play it. It's really good. So I got Fairy Fencer. I just started playing that because why not? They had a whole bunch of freebies on it, like additional dungeon floors and stuff. So I figured, we'll give it a go. It's not awful. It's not bad. I don't think the game itself is free, but it's cheap, if I recall. I can't wait to play this guy at 6, but I don't think we have that yet on PS4. I did try to get a PS5 earlier this week, but they're like they don't have them in the store, so you pretty much have to order them online. It's the only way, and even then you have to like really look at when they replenish on like Twitter or something.
Still one chest to get. Oh, right to gauntlets. Nice. Easy. Okay, now I have to go up.
So when my drop posts wear, I'll probably run something else, but I gotta get this farming done because it's not gonna farm itself. I'm really excited for the weapon that I want to make. Yeah, it's really high attack. It's got dual element. It's pretty much one of the best weapons in the game, so I'm really psyched about it.
Oh, we already got it. We just have to progress.
Oh, I know. I still gotta run the horse dungeons. Those are a little tough on hell a little bit. I gotta do that at some point. I'll probably make the horse mags. I already made the swords. And I needed the drops. I know I needed Raijin, the Thunder Horse, for what was it? I think you need like 30 horseshoes or something for the White Brilliance. I'm almost done with it. In fact, I gotta check my recipe. I should almost be done with the last tier. And then we're Gucci.
We need some armor. That's what we need.
I cannot make the sword, even though it's like the ugliest out of all the White Brilliances, but in my opinion it's one of the better ones because of the skills that sword gets. Lightning's pretty much their main element. They got a lot of holy. I usually try to be spear main, but spear only gets like one holy move, which they nerfed recently. And then the universal holy skills that you can put on weapons are not great. Almost done with my Ignis weapon, which I'll probably make that into a spear as fire and dark. It's one of the 128s.
I never got the chest back, like, way back there.
And that can be my dark weapon for spear. So normally to alleviate lag, you want to switch out of regular chat, because normally it'll spawn you in general chat or all chat, and switch that to whisper or to one of your chat groups, because I'll keep you you won't load up all that dialogue of the stuff that you kill and other stuff that you gain. That'll alleviate lag. Also picking up all the crap that's on the chessboard will help with that too. And the more crap on the ground, the more lag you'll experience. I do wish there was a better way to pick up your loot than having to tap circle repeatedly. I know there's a button on the keyboard that you can like hold, but who's trying to, you know, play this with keyboard and mouse just to like auto loot? You can probably put your looting on your triggers, one of your triggers, and put like a rubber band or a coin in it. That's an old COD trick. If you wanted to auto shoot, you could do that, but I tried it. It felt weird. So I don't do that. Although I could have sworn at some point in time we could auto loot just by holding a button on the controller, but I suppose not. That attack you can usually block through when he jumps. If you jump with him, you won't take any damage. He won't stun you. I don't remember if his bubble attack poisons you like the regular crabs, but I'm sure he doesn't hit that hard.
What the?
I don't know what he dropped, but
my brother got me a jacket.
I doubt it was anything good. You can also, you have a chance of getting a mag from this box, or like, you know, a Ryu chest. Same like if you're farming the sewers, if you open all those boxes you run across, you have a chance of getting a mag out of it. Which reminds me, at some point in time I'll have to farm the frog dungeon, the sewers, for neurotoxin. I think you need like 200 of them for the poison weapons from Forest of Chaos. Oh wait, hold on. Let me put up a body party. Or we could go do something else. My drop was just war. Now what shall we run? We could run... my event runs for a Halo Ironman today.
Yeah, it's a berserk jacket.
Oh, I know. We'll check out the Halloween event while it's here. Already did it earlier this week, and also the first time it came around. That's where you get the little coffin of static that I usually put as a backpack. We'll just run that real quick. We'll swing it. Actually, I don't know what I want to run. Honestly, I just be focusing on the island farming, even though it's like watching paint dry. But gotta do it. Onigashima, welcome to Onigashima. Let's go take a look. Have we shown you guys a spaceship? We'll go into a spaceship. The space station, whatever the fuck it's called. Cause that makes sense. I thought this was the Edo period, but oh, that's a cool boss. My friend's fighting. That's cool. Okay, so we beamed up into space. This place was supposed to commemorate that right there. One of their other games, Cyberstep's other games. Or their collaboration or whatever it is. I'm sure it's lame. They're probably copying what do you call it? Phantasy Star Online 2. No, that's a good game. Unfortunately, that's another game that they've been promising for like a decade that we will get on PlayStation, and we still don't have it. Unless you have a Japanese account, then you can play it on PS4. Now, did they put Ibis and Luna Stasia here? Let's see. Yes, Luna, her dungeons there. If you guys want to do it. Here's Ibis. You can craft her weapon, which is a dark element rapier, or her dark mags. For like more darks, they have a lot of crit force. Really? They're not better than the K mags because I don't think they're that much defense, but they have more crit force than the K mags, which are like the dark element Magatamas, the knowledges. Let's see. So these guys are fairly new. The robot's Mighty Bind. You do his dungeons. There's this guy, Hound Dog. I think they've only been around for like a year. But yeah, you run their dungeons. And this girl, the cyborg girls, you run their dungeons. Pretty much you run all of them at least once. And you will get a free scroll for both robot mounts. This guy will sell you his own scrolls if you get with the currency that you get from running those dungeons. For Mighty Bind, you go to one of the girls that's... Is she back here? I think she's on this other side. Where is she?
What's your mom, bro? Hello, Jasmine. Happy Thanksgiving.
Nice, this booth over here. This girl. So she's the vendor for Mighty Bind. We'll take a look real quick.
Trigger beats.
So you can get more scrolls for him. I think there's something like a 10 or 16 scroll vanguard. And all you need is ether, which you pretty much get from all the dungeons. I think his own dungeon has a better chance at dropping ether, or the Ibis dungeon. And yeah, you can get, what's this? Some accessories. They're not great, but for beginner players, they might be worth snatching. I don't know. Personally, I would just grab robot scrolls, because I think they cap at something like 50 or 60. But every additional scroll that you add raises that level cap, and then eventually they will cap at level 100. And at level 100, they are really good. They can pretty much carry the story for you, and they pretty much hit for damage cap. They have multiple elements. I think Bind has mountain and wind, and I think what the Hound Dog have, I think wind and water. They're multi-hit. They're not crazy fast. They don't dash around like crazy like me yet, or Makami, but they put in work. They hit for like damage cap if you're leveled. So that's a good pickup. You can also get additional scrolls in the shopping plaza for, what was it, 40 OC? Let's take a look. Well, and there were some skins in there too, because you know we gotta have our aesthetic. So currently, bring it back. Okay, these are furnishings that you can get currently. You can get these two vanguards for Halloween. I'm sure they'll come back. They had them recently and now. Let's see. These are furnishings for your house. There's an item to noble. Let's see, furnishing that includes elegant. Okay, that's furnishings too. Where's the hammer?
How is that not like a parry though? That was like perfect.
This is to fix your mags, because sometimes you'll break a slot, or to reroll the stats on it. Repair hammer. So what the refinement reset hammer does, it will put your weapon back at level 1, so you can reroll it in case you want to like skill change. You're not happy with the skills that you got on it. I don't think it affects the base attack. I think whatever base attack your weapon already came at, that's probably what you get. There's no way around that. Let's see, you can get a premium boost. Basically, it's a permanent boost that will last for a week, and this one will last a month towards Ryu XP and drops. Let's see what else. Only Fantasia will allow you to change your character's gender, body shape, and type at the beauty salon. So that's the thing. I do think you get a free one since the merger, and because we and also a character rename ticket in case there were names that were the same. Here it is. You can, for 50 OC, and you can get OC just by logging in onto the game every day. You can get a scroll for buying, although you can just run his dungeon. And this is the skin for the mount. Can we review them? I can show you guys later what it looks like. Okay, so let's go in the Nyan Koropan. Right now you can get Wolf King Kaguya, Awesome Vanguard. He's Darkness and Fire. Single target, multi-hit. And he is Darkness and Thunder. Great Vanguard. Lancelot's good too. For the most part, she doesn't have element. She's just raw slice. But Great Vanguard. Gawain is really slow. She's a Holy Vanguard. Wouldn't really mess with her. I think Hideyoshi is also a physical type. I never really tried Katsui. These are the old school Android girls. They're not great. They're always tossing them at us. That's how you know they're not great. Some outfits. They're not bad. Old school Ogies. And this is the free OC lineup. Underwear, regular skills, crafting materials. Let's see, so here you have, if you have any of the green tickets, you can use them with red ones. Get you some furnishings for your room. Personally, I wanted the love seat or the bed, but it didn't happen. The chances of getting what you want in this game by rolling, they're abysmal. I would not suggest putting money into this game. See. So special gadget side, that's pretty much the paid gadget. Went right up, quote unquote. I think from 1% chance it goes up to 2% at getting a platinum ball. And in the platinum lineup we currently have, let me see, 6 different vanguards. So was 1% out of times 6 divided by 6. Yeah, 0. Whatever, 0.2 or something, 0.3. Okay, same of the other stuff. Now special gadget or the paid side, if you will, sometimes there'll be additional partners and mounts that you won't see in the normal gadget, or it will be win rate up, quote unquote. Let's see, premium tickets, more vanguards, mounts. Siegfried, awful. Everyone hates him. He's like the Amber of Onigiri. Valkyrie, though, amazing vanguard. She has Holy, Thunder, Ice. She's just broken. Venus, so she got buffed a while back, and she's great. She can buff. She can heal. She has a lot of elements, and she hits really hard, depending on the monster's weakness. These are old school vanguards. These two, anyways, they're not great. In fact, they're awful. She's new. I don't think she's that great. Riku though, new vanguard. She came out in the Fox event. Amazing, simply amazing. She's a melee type. She has Thunder and Mountain, I think it was. Multi-hit, and she just demolishes anything in her path. Genshin, really cool skills. She looks nice, but her moves are very, very slow, sadly. I don't have Shingen, so I can't tell you how he is. Try to tell as soon as she's a one user, she has a lot of elements. Himiko, I don't think she was ever good, but they might have buffed her recently because of the Iron Man event. Sasuke has been trash since day one. I think she was the second. Vanguard took him out in the game. The first one being Miyamoto Musashi, regular Miyamoto. Kojiro Flying Swallow, I don't remember how good she is. I know one of her variants you can get from a certain event, and that one's like a 10 scroll Vanguard. Dark Mia's okay, but she's not on par with regular Mia. Regular Mia's poggers, even though dark elemental skills are pretty much like game breaking. So as assist partners, they're all great. You just gotta get them to level 100 so they can do the big heals and keep themselves and you alive. They buff you, and hopefully they can take a hit once they're leveled. Iron Man, so far I've heard from everyone that's just not that great, but I don't have for myself, so I can't tell you. So okay, that's the old androids. Some old school outfits. This one's new, I think. Okay. Okay, let's see. What are we gonna run now? Oh, you guys want to fight Oppenheimer? Or Cybus Dungeon? We'll do that real quick. Because why not? So the first 3 dungeons, you get Ibis. You get to try her out as a Vanguard. You just gotta do it for the quest line to unlock the 2 robot mounts. But you still get drops that you can use to make her weapon and her armor. And the last one is basically uncapped, and you'll be able to use your own mounts and Vanguards if you want to. 30 energy. The weapon's actually kind of good. He has decent attack. He's dark element. Looks kind of cool. Most people spit at it, but I think it will be a good weapon. And if you don't have darkness, I would suggest trying to get the mags. Because next to K-Max, what else do we have for darkness? You know? I don't think I have any inventory space. I need those though.
All of a sudden.
Oh no, I think I threw away ethereal storms before.
I start running into technical difficulties. Yeah, if I keep dropping, I'll just hop off. Hate shenanigans. Call for a technician? Yeah.
I'll probably delete all those weapons, sell them to Morocco or something. Normally when I want weapons to enhance all the weapons, I go to arcanes. They're high level weapons, you don't even have to identify them, and they give you a lot more XP than the island weapons. Or maybe like the moon. Oh look, I've read recipe. What's this? Vulcan, well, Severin. Oh yeah, it's just the those.
Yeah. Remember,
Recipes, for the most part, people sell them for mint. They rarely sell unless it's something that you don't see on the regular. I just sell them to Morocco. It's just a waste of space, honestly. So when you clear this path, there'll be a couple monsters that spawn back here for this dungeon. I don't know why it made it like this. So you killed them? Interesting. So the path should be open now. Carrots, why is that even a thing? They're only for Brownie, pretty much, and he's all but useless. Just for movement speed, really, if you don't have them out. It was kind of cool though to get a horse. That was nice. Technically, you can use the carrots as food, but they only heal you for like 2k HP. I guess if you're a new player, that's a lot of HP. HP capping at 50k, that's not very much. And SP, I believe, caps at 3k. That's short for Spirit Force, which is what you use as mana, basically, what it takes to use your skills. Depending on your stats, you can your SP pool might be big, or your SP might regenerate by itself faster over time. Otherwise, you gotta use like SP potions, which they usually have the name of flowers. They're like basically sake made from flowers, and the food in the game is onigiri, which is basically a rice bowl food. Onigiri and sake. And if you notice, the name of the game is a play on words. Okay, so for this floor, you actually only gotta kill the red crabs in order to open the next floor, so you could flat out ignore the green crabs if you want it. You do have a slim chance of getting drops from the green crabs, but it's minimal. So most of your drops will come from just from clearing the dungeon. So I wouldn't even boost in particular. Not for this. I do think you need something like 2,000 drops, I think, for the final tier for the weapon. Here he is, Oppenheimer. You first meet him in the story as one of the bosses, I think, in Echigo, just past Echigo in Saddle Mine. That's where you also fight a tentacle monster, which kind of points out that this might be a hentai game, because, you know. Because you gotta, you know, and it literally drops tentacles. Back when we used to have to fight Typhoon, Glacius Typhoon, he was not an easy fight back in the day, back in like Echigo days. So those are the drops that you will normally get. Depending on the difficulty, you'll get more of the drops. They're not a guaranteed drop, but you definitely want to run hell for this if you're gonna do it. Let's see, we could run the Luna dungeon real quick while we're up here. I don't remember if you have to use her in her dungeon. They changed the music, didn't they? Okay, so you get her to Vanguard swap. You just gotta charge her up. They're pretty squishy. So if you want to charge up, you can. So long as you don't kill the very last big slime that you've run into, the smaller slimes, they'll keep respawning. So that's a good way to charge up your Vanguard. Now the white cats, they're pretty much immortal. You can't really kill them. So that's also a good way to charge up your Vanguard. If you really want to use Luna, she might help if you're like a new player or something. Let's just charge her up real quick. Dang. I need a big move. I should have brought my. Oh, this works on. Come here, man.
He preaches word to all who would hear, send it to the poor and heal the sick. Whilst traveling, a region ravaged by war, something a young woman believed to be the leader.
It's just faster to use a regular hit to charge your Vanguard.
And she made ready to
so charging with a bow is normally the fastest way to charge your Vanguard. But as you can see, Twin Blades, they swing pretty fast. You can also do that. You can use a wand for bright homing. Let's say you put double bright homing on it. Really great for charging your Vanguard. You can also build a charge staff, which would normally conceive you put what is a first aid. You put 3 first aid on it. Maybe maybe certain moves that would use a lot of duration, like meditation, rapid storm, and just spam. Maybe use Shidori for cooldown and just spam. Like self-target skills that you can pretty much spam, so you can charge up your Vanguard that way. Back in the day, you could block with a staff. You could block with a staff, and it would actually charge your Vanguard. But they patched that at some point in time, because we can't have players clearing content. That means they're not flexing their wallet. Okay, so these guys, you can actually just run past them. There should be 3 of them. They're graded out. Those are the ones you can actually kill. The other ones are pretty much decoys. Get down here, man. How the hell do I get to him? See? The graded out ones, you can kill these. Then the rest will despawn, or should, and then the way will open. Now in this room, if you want it to charge, so long as you don't kill all the big slimes, the little ones will keep respawning. See? Like that. And then you just jump past those. Bankai. You're just testing her out, so you only get one of her weapons. She's probably low level, and you only get the rank 5s for her skills. I'm sure she's got better skills. Dang. Just kind of an old school Vanguard. It's not that great, but you swear what you got, what you can get. But I wouldn't specifically roll for her. is a charge move. I bet you at tier 7 that hits well. I might consider leveling her up. There's also what she called Red Moon Anastasia, and a different variant too. Let's see, what else can we run up here? Iron Forest, was it? We could do that real quick. But yeah, this is pretty much now a permanent event. They put the old school vanguards in their dungeons up here. They used to be in the main plaza back in the first town near the big crystal, but that was back in the day, back when we used to have like the park with like the little swing sets and the slide. Didn't actually work, but it was kind of cool. The good old days of Onigashima. I can't believe the game's been out for 8 years. Well, I can. Although, like most PC games that migrate from PC, they're probably out for like a year on PC usually. You know, they gotta like beta test it and all that. But Oni's actually been out since PS4 came out, or just about. Same year. Same with Warframe and Destiny 1. Destiny 1 was the game that came out with that premiered PlayStation, PS4. Nice. Am I boosted? I'm just having fun right now. Why am I using Luna? Damn it to hell. I gotta swap around in a sec. I'm just having fun. So I wanted to try out this move since I got it by skill changing. Normally it does like 10k. It's so bad. It's like baby damage. Meanwhile, Crack Thrust, I love Crack Thrust. It just needs a bit of a buff as far as skill force go. Stay away from me. Let's take a look. You can look. Oh, it actually says this got good skill force. Maybe if I level it up. See, normally Bubble Shower would poison you. Look at how many ticks of poison. That is like 8 ticks. Now it's not as strong as Mephi or Purple Mephi poison, but yeah, the more you know. This guy is tanky. Hold on, I need to let me find a more competent Vanguard that's actually leveled for this. Oh, I should use Ashura. He's actually really fun for this dungeon. Everything in this dungeon's basically weak to mountain, and that's the specialty. Medium. I'm about to die, I can tell. No. Also, if you hop on a mount, it automatically dispels any status effects that might be on you. At least anything detrimental, like let's say poison, paralyze, slow, and time stop. So let me see. Doesn't replenish your health or SP. That's when you're in KG and switch to her mount form. Yeah, it's a thing. Mounts, they also they have peer modifiers like rear attack and non-element modifiers on top of their regular elements, so they can actually hit a lot harder by default than players. So let's just heal up real quick just in case. I have like a ton of those. I never used them too recently. Those might actually be good for only mode when you're capped at like 20k HP. I kind of wish the camera was fixed, because sometimes when you're like on a mount, your camera would like zoom by itself, zoom in or zoom out on its own, and you gotta keep adjusting it. He's not. Well, that didn't do bad. But yeah, noobs are normally weak against mountain. But yeah, Crack Frost definitely needs a buff. It's a really small hitbox. And most things in the game are either weak or neutral to poison. It doesn't do much per tick, but per hit, it'll put out a couple mil, which is not bad. I bet you on those poison weapons that you can craft from Forest of Chaos, I bet you they hit really hard. Those normally have different element depending on the weapon class that you choose. They'll have physical element plus 70, two other elements plus 70, and plus 20 to poison usually. Personal, and it's a 128, so you know the attack on is gonna cap really high. So personally, a lot of people hate on it, but I feel like it's a good weapon, and they look cool as shit too. Not that many players in the game have it, since it's a bit of a short to run. Technically, if you have a KG, you can solo or just about most of the endgame dungeons. But it helps to have like a human shield, someone to kite while you charge or something. It helps a lot. Someone to take hits for you and all that. That's not bad. It should be the final boss. I'm not even using like mountain in my kit. I don't have a mountain weapon out at the moment, but here we go. Bankai. Scalies, they're also weak to, I forget if they're weak to light or dark, but I know they're definitely weak to mountain. Fire's doing pretty well, although that's probably dual element. I love Asher, I don't care what anyone says. He's got tons of moves. It's awesome. Those blades track. That move right there, this spider web inferno. If you can get it to hit, it hits a lot. Oh look, he's even got a poison move. He's still twin source in this form. He might seem squishy, but he gets a lot of multi-hits. So if, let's say, you pop a Shiami, you're good. You're Gucci. Nothing's killing you. So long as you can land a hit. And have, like, 30% crit. What else can we run? We'll check out Matoi's dungeons. Is it Matoi? Let's take a look. What did we get anyways? Let's take a look. We got... 20 ether. Well, that sucks. Could have only used to. I think it varies what you get. It's a random chance that you're getting either between 20 and 120 ether. if I recall. So she's got 2 other dungeons. We'll run them real quick. Maybe they're a waste of OC, but I don't care. I'll give us something to do. I can show you guys in case you're curious about these dungeons. In game, nobody runs these anymore unless they're like farming for robot scrolls. Which I do think there's a small chance of dropping in the dungeon, getting as a drop, at least from the completion reward, but you're more likely to like get it just by buying it from the vendor for ether. Damn it, I gotta... You can't even sort out your inventory without dismounting. It's rather vexing. It's kind of hard to work the cursor too on PS4 because of the lag. Maybe if you, although technically this game runs with keyboard and mouse, if you have a keyboard and mouse for PlayStation. So the current servers that are out for the game, the oldest servers would be JP on PC. American PC closed down a while back, and so did Xbox. So there's JP on PC. They're the oldest server right now. Then it's PS4. We merged with JP PS4. So I think we're here to stay at least for a while. And Twitch just came out. Onigiri just came out for Twitch this year. So although I hear it's like unplayable, it's even more laggy than on PlayStation. So I'm hoping that everyone plays on PlayStation. But everyone, the other 2 servers are caught up with us, or just about. I know we're almost caught up with PC. Oh, and there's also Steam. They didn't let North American PC migrate. I don't know why they did that. They just closed down the server, but they opened it up on Steam. You pretty much have to make a fresh account though, which is messed up. Because there's a great deal of players that put like hundreds, if not thousands of dollars into the game to get for quality of life, so I could get like good weapons, not weapons, like armor and vanguards and mounts. So yeah, that was a big slap in the face for them. I do wish that anything past the islands wouldn't really drop you friendship items or carrots, because the islands are a really good farm for that. It's like a real slap in the face getting like friendship items from like a boss dungeon that you really need or something. Like, come on. You can also farm the islands and use the friendship items. Trade them at the gold aroma in town. So you can get like gargoyle lances, which are like ogies, really good ogies, even by today's standards. The universal, you can put them in any weapon. They will get stuck on the weapon type that you put them on if you choose to extract them. What else? You can get like voice tickets, I think hair tickets. You can get tickets for like this little yokais. They're like these little pets that follow you around. You can level them up. You can fuse them with other pets, give them skills, up their stats just like another player. What else? They don't hit crazy hard, but you can set them up so they attack often, and they'll take hits for you. They're very tanky, and they look cool. Right now they have you can get like seasonal ones with like skins. You can get a pumpkin looking one, and you can get one that looks like, which is the one I'm trying to get. You can get one that has like a witch's hat. That's pretty cool. For Christmas, you can probably get the one that has a Santa Claus hat. It's a little bigger than the other ones too. I forget what this guy's weak against. I want to say ice, maybe fire. Mountain's doing okay. Definitely fire. Get out of here, man. We don't want your kind around here. Give me that loot. Rewards did not fit in your inventory, and so they get sent to your storage. So if your inventory gets full, let's say you get completion rewards, that will go into your inventory, into your storage instead of your inventory. If your storage is full, they will go into your box for you to claim. I forget how long they stay up in your box, but yeah. Yeah, this guy's awesome. Hope everyone gives him a chance. You just gotta build him right, that's all. I'm psyched, because I think next week when we get our update, I think we can get more copies for Lady Maid Shizuka and Butler Miroku. They're gonna premiere a different variant for Shizuka. I forget what she's called, but I bet you she's broken as hell. I think they're upping their game because they're coming out with their mobile version of the game, Onigiri Heroes. Everyone says that it's really bad. No one's really looking forward to it. I'm sure it's not on par with this game. Graphics aside, and lag, because I know it's got like PS2 graphics and stuff. The server crashes a lot, but it's a really good game. It's more fun than Genshin. I do play Genshin too. There's tons to do in this game. It's open world, huge story. What else? Tons to do. But it's an old game, so yeah, we'll run the last one. What's the other dungeon? I don't think we've run this one yet. We'll run it real quick. I think this one's the one that's like underwater cave. Or am I thinking of those Halloween Lancelot dungeons? Yeah, I think it looked a little bit like this. Like this one. This one's dropping a lot of loot. I'll probably finish making the rapier. It's actually pretty good. It gets a lot of raw attack. Now it probably doesn't have peer modifiers like the Night Sky. It's probably not meant to break damage cap, but I feel like it's still a good weapon. Like if you put multi-hits on it, I feel like it would still do like, you know, a lot of hits will amount to the same, basically. I bet you it's as good, if not better, than the completion. Now normally, the Night Sky gets around 20, maybe 25k attack on a good roll. Technically, it's made by fusing the 3 Dragon Arcs, you know, the respective weapons. which normally have really low base attack, even though they're dual element. The Ogis that come with them are really cool. Even though they're supposed to be the next tier past the guards, they do sometimes the guards get a lot more base attack than the arcs. It's like the Nadir. The Nadir is a joke. Even though now they have like, what is it, the Abyss, which is like a super Nadir. You have to like fuse 3 different Nadirs or something, or some bullshit. Anyways, but yeah, the arcs are not bad. Plus they look cool as shit, most of them, except for the spear. It's hard to find a good looking spear. Luckily, certain events will give you skins for your weapons. Oh, speaking of, I think we're getting skins this next update too. Yeah, it's a huge update. Supposedly we're getting a lot of stuff. I have to read the patch notes on JP thoroughly. I'm just psyched for Collapsing Sublime for Spear. It looks so cool. I was watching a JP player use and it was just like awesome. At the very least, as good as that new Ogi. What was it, Rolling Thunder Sublime? I think it was. I did roll for it. I couldn't really get it. I just kept getting duplicates of weapons I don't normally use as much. That's not bad. Okay. Now Mountain probably wouldn't work too well on Earthworm, but see how fire does. I think ice and wind's usually what worms are weak against. That's pretty good. So when these events were fresh, and first introduced, I did do a video for them, but I did it on my ult because I had already done it on my main, so it wasn't like great. They weren't very fast runs, they weren't very efficient, but I want everyone to know how to do it. Because sometimes the markers are not as great as they could be. Normally you have to do you talk to Hound Dog, you do the 2 dungeons for this girl, you do the Luna dungeon, and I think the Ibis dungeon, then you talk to Bine, and then you do the Iron Forest dungeon. And in between those, I think you also have to talk to 2 NPCs outside the portal. The little paper scroll, and I think a dude that's like near the exit to town. There's a lot of back and forth, and it's hard to know which way to go at times, because they don't always mark the quest line for the events properly. But yeah, if you go into your quest, you can normally, if it's not here, if it's highlighted, it'll appear here, but if it's not there, you can also open up the quest and it'll show you like more details, more hints as to what to do about the quest, what you need to complete to progress on it. Oh look, it's a JP player. Hey, what's up? Now what shall we run? I could run Arcanes, I could run Moon Dungeons. What else? Mephi. Purple Mephi's a bit of a pain to solo, but I could do it. As for the energy dungeons, the wardings, I prefer you normally want to do them when they're in reward up, because they cost a lot of energy, which means you have to restore your energy to get a lot of runs in. For the most part, if you want to be strong, you just gotta stay up to date with updates, do the events, you know, as they come. Some of them will come with weapons and armor that are really good, that may not come back for a long time, like the K mags, or the other side weapons, the Darkfin weapons, from that one event. Sometimes you just get the recipe, and you can get the materials from the dungeons or from the wardings, but you still need the recipe, or you get really good skills like Icicle Punishment or Shalom, Sunda Arrow, Sunda Saber. I heard that Sunko might not come back for whatever reason, and she also got nerfed. Not so much nerfed, but her skills got revamped. But I'm sure she's still OP. She's like the strongest Wind Vanguard in the game, next to KG, of course, because you know she's KG. So yeah, I think we might get some free or attainable Vanguards with the next event. I'll let you guys know when I reach the patch notes thoroughly. Look, here's Brownie. We just started the game. You talk to him, he'll ask you for carrots. Then you go to this little frog that's right here. He'll tell you he'll give you carrots if you get him Gloom Daruma fragments. And then you run to this dungeon right here, second dungeon you've run in the game, or first one. You can find Gloom Darumas in there, right outside town too. But yeah, you just get the fragments, you bring them to the frog, and it'll give you the carrots, and then you just give them to Brownie. He'll give you a mount scroll. You pop it, and then you got yourself a free mount. The more carrots you find, pretty much anything that you've run will drop, has a chance of dropping you carrots. And then you just give them to Brownie for additional scrolls to level him up, at least to raise the cap for his level. For the most part, he's just right around. His attacks don't do a great deal of damage. He don't really got skills yet. They might revamp him in the future. No, this is pretty much a gacha game, you know, because a lot of companies have noticed they make a lot of money from gacha games, so they do try to squeeze money out of you, like make you fall for the money trap, but you can technically be free to play. I know some players are pretty much free to play and they're OP as all hell. You just gotta be willing to grind and run with players, you know, don't be shy. Feel free to like ask for help and team up with people. Put up a box with what you want to run. You'll eventually get done. You just gotta like see it through. It'll happen eventually. And then just other than that, just be willing to put in the time and grind. And just be smart about what you can accomplish. You know, manage your time, manage your resources, and save all your drops if you can afford it. If you have the inventory space, save all your drops, because you never know when you'll need it. Which means you would have to refarm. What is it? I think I need like 1,000 baby fly wings. Anyways, I think I might end the stream for Oni here, but I'll probably stream a different game in a little bit. I think I mentioned this. You can just use an identify weapon to level up your other weapons. You can solve these for materials. Most of the stuff I just sell it so I get inventory space. Okay, I'll show you guys this area. So when you unlock Susano, you can go inside his realm. Basically, you travel inside his mind, and it's like a realm. That looks really cool. And he's also got challenges that you can do. The daily challenges, they replenish every day. There's a trick. If you run it if you kill it and you exit really fast, you don't lose your try, because you can do them once a day. So let's say if it doesn't drop the rare drop that you would normally want from the dungeon, if you exit really fast, you get to keep your try. So no one really runs it, but it's a thing that you could do. Records, let's see, entry, we'll go inside his mind. See, it's a pretty cool area. And there are dungeons in this place. They do require energy to run. They have many floors. There's a dungeon that has a chance meeting. You have to run that once for the story. I think it's like 10 floors in a set time limit. Daybreak, I'm not sure what that is. I forget. That might be a new one. I know it's a chance meeting, unless they change the name. This will potentially be future dungeons. Maybe an event. Oblivion. There used to be an old tough dungeon to do. I'm sure it's time to. Most players couldn't beat it back then. And Juncture has 100 floors, and hopefully you can make it through all 100 floors without lagging. With each floor, the dungeons get tougher. Normally, you want to save your bestial weapons towards the end. Nowadays, you get mounts and vanguards that you can use to like speed run it, and that'll help. It'll save you Dura. Let's see what else. Well, I think that's pretty much it for tonight. Unless I decide to stream some more later on. I'll probably stream a different game though. Alright, so I'll see you guys later. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a like or a follow. Support the channel. And I will see you guys later.